75,000 years ago, on a high plateau in what will one day become Ethiopia, a woman scans the barren ground for seeds and berries, tightens the furs-binding baby to her breast, oblivious that she holds in her hands the future of the human race. On the brink of extinction, humanity's population has dwindled to a mere handful. Perhaps just a few thousand of us remain on the face of the earth. Just a blip in human history, merely a moment in time. It is the story we never hear about how we almost disappeared. Some 10,000 years ago, upon the alluvial plains of Mesopotamia, an aging farmer gazes out across a golden field of barley. The ancient ones speak of a time when food was foraged from the wild, but he has planted with intent. Master of his own destiny, he is blissfully unaware that this very moment in time marks the inception of humanity's ascent. The following millennia will see us at our best and worst, from conquests and crusades, witch trials and slaves, to Renaissance art, mathematics, medicine, and the discoveries of space. In 1804, on a filthy wooden floor of a London slum, a young mother unwittingly gives birth to the billionth living member of the human race. 40 years later, her son mops his sodden brow, shoveling coal into the insatiable fiery mouth of a shining new steam engine. Soot-black-eyed and bone-broke weary, he is building the future of industry. He is progressing the human race. A 1950s housewife rides shotgun, and a 57 Chevrolet Bel Air sits proudly beside her husband, who represents the 1/6 of working-age American adults to be employed by the automobile industry at the time. Oblivious to unintended consequences, they are paving freeways across the future. In 2008, from the elevated porch of a longhouse in Borneo, an elder surveys the thick, dark smoke blanketing a land where forest fires are foreign. The rainforest slash and burn makes way for monocultural palm oil. The fires burn so vast that the collective smoke would account for 30% of global greenhouse gas emissions that year. It is this year, and we are no longer unaware. No longer averting our eyes from the caged canary that has been lying unmoving for quite some time now. It is this day, and the earth is submitting her invoices for the streets we have paved with gold, and payment needs to be underwritten by a monumental mindshift. It is time for us to step up and respect the boundaries of just how far we can push this planet, become stewards of our collective destinies, and realize just how much our livelihoods depend on it. We live in a globalized community, a big world on a small planet, where our every flutter of a butterfly wing can either strengthen the hurricane or fuel the winds of change. And like it or not, these days we make our homes in each other's backyards. The Nigerian farmer whose dreams wash away with the soils after every season's floods, the rain no longer soaking the earth, that man is your neighbor. The machete-wielding clear-cutter lives in the Amazon basin next door. Look into the eyes of the Congolese youth, risking life and limb in civil conflict to mine the minerals for our mobile phones, and you will find a brother. This is not about sacrifice, but about embracing our full potential. Not about saying no, but about embracing a resounding yes. This is about building the house of humanity with hard hats and steel-toed boots. Travelling the mountain roads of our destiny with guardrails to mark out the cliffs. This is about humanity growing up and moving out of mama's home, learning how to do our own laundry, moving from adolescence into adulthood and embracing responsibility. 100 billion blips of human history have brought us to this point. 100 billion moments. In late 2017 in Wellington, New Zealand, a woman walks into a fertility clinic with bated breath. 9 months later, scanning the horizon for some seeds of hope and berries of change, I hold one tiny contribution to the future of the human race. In every blink of my daughter's eyes, a blip in history. In every blip, a reminder of a global citizen in the making, already taking notes.